Hello everyone, and welcome to my research log on Bungie's Destiny. And today I will be talking about the age rating and why I think it's a 16, and obviously why it's important to target at your age when you're doing audience research. And obviously the first main key to take in is that there's no depictive violence, as you will see when we get in the gameplay. But first, if we're looking at the character here, he doesn't look too malicious and violent. I mean, the armor does look a tad bit malicious, with obviously with a skull on, but it's not really that harsh of violence to be given the age 18 rating. As you'll see when we get into some gameplay here, it's quite simplistic violence. You get shot, you die. There's no blood and gore or increased scenes of a violent nature. Also, the key point when it comes to the competitive side of this mode is the reason why I think it might be a 16 as well, because when you're playing online there's dangers that you need to be aware of, and that's why you need to market your game. You need to market your game at your right audience, the right age you're hitting at, and I think they've done this obviously well with 16. And that's what I'll obviously look to do with my game concept. You need to look and have your content right, suitable for your age. And this is, like, as you can see there, the violence isn't too graphical. People get shot. I've just shot 3 people in the head and they didn't die. Well, they died, but they didn't obviously lose their heads or anything. They just sort of just died and fell to the ground. And obviously what happens in this game, unlike any other more sci-fi games, like maybe the popular Mass Effect series, is that when the characters die in this game, they don't leave any traces of blood or anything like that. They just sort of dissipate into nothing, and then obviously you respawn for your ghost, as you might see when we'll get to that part.
Zone C secure.
One of our main key point of why this is a 16 is because the stress level you've got to take into account when it comes to online gaming is the level of stress that it might put on in aggressiveness. There's been a lot of big study on how aggressive children are these days to try and put the age rating right for games. And obviously the most thing I found is it's more to do with the competitive mind, the way the human body thinks competitively. So I think you also need to take that into consideration of what target audience are going to depend on what game mechanics you're having. And obviously in this game there's a big strong focus on multiplayer functionalities, such as what we're playing now is the Crucible. And what this is a head-to-head PvP type topic where you go in and you kill enemies, like real people on the other end. These aren't NPCs, these are real people. And obviously you've got to take into account of this level that some of these characters may have, like obviously skill and stuff like that, and it's a real key factor of safeguarding. There's a lot of safeguarding issues when it comes to online, so you need to keep your games aged appropriately when it comes to online gaming.
There's reports of one not too far from here.
This next portion of gameplay is where I'll play one of the story missions. And what this is, instead of PvP, this is player versus CPU, or non-playable character, if you will. So this is a computer-controlled characters that we will be facing. You can still obviously play this with your friends in co-op. So there's still that, obviously, you need that mature head for that multiplayer factor, and to be aware of the dangers when it comes to online gaming. But of course, as well, the key factor of why this is a 16 as well is the violence levels. Obviously, you can't see any violence levels at the moment. The landscape looks right thing, but as soon as I get into killing these enemies, you'll see that there's no blood whatsoever. Very basic, simplistic violence. We're fighting robots who just blow up, basically, and that, in my opinion, is the most basic level of violence. It's not too harsh. There's no blood and gore, so that's why it doesn't hit the 18 rating, but there's still violence there. So that's obviously why it still hits the 16 rating. Lastly, in this gameplay, I'll show you a death scene of what happens, to why I think obviously it will be a 16 as well. Because as you can see here, I get killed. I turn into an orb of light, it counts down, I go to a loading screen, and then I come back in. Not even dead, like, obviously like a flash of light. And that's all we have for this, and this is why I think Destiny 16. Thank you for watching.